Hey, Sophia, what's good?
Hey, Russian Mafia, they coming for me, they want your McGraffin, like, old and released album, so I say, I will get it for them, but I can't, so, it's just...
You know what? Don't worry about it. Just come inside, we'll figure it out. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Sofia Fortuna. I'm passionate about hip-hop. I interview hip-hop legends. And today I'm with Ras Kass. First of all, why Ras Kass? Where you got this from? It sounds like a king's name.
It is a king's name. So it was an Ethiopian king. He was a real person. So Ethiopian king who he fought with Menelik II for control of a part of Ethiopia called Shoa at the time.
People really confused where you from. Was Carson? So where you from?
I always claim both. I socialized and kind of started my growing up in Watts, and then and lived in Carson. Yeah, so this is Asheville, so make it right. None of those houses existed. There was only 3 houses. My house is in the middle, 1239 Asheville Street. That didn't exist like that, and the house, they actually pushed all this up. It wasn't like this. The house, this part went way further back, and that was the kitchen. Because I used to drive all the way up on the line.
You didn't go to school in Carson?
Until 8th grade.
And then you went to school there?
Yeah. We're at Carnegie. This is where I went to some of my middle school. When I started going to school in Carson, I went here. So you see it? Carnegie Middle School.
Yeah.
Going the opposite way. Middle of 7th grade, I came here. And immediately wanted to go back to Watts.
Yeah. You didn't want to be here?
My father is a very rigid, almost Republican kind of guy, or was. And he wanted me in the good schools and out of the ghetto. And these niggas was wilder than any fucking hood niggas I'd ever seen. So immediately, the first day of school, I came home and said, put me back in the ghetto. These niggas is weird. And had some traumatizing experiences. First day of school, gym shower, naked niggas all together. I'm like, what is this, bro? I went to fucking Watts, St. Malachi. I went to Catholic school in Watts. I didn't have to get naked in front of other people. It was weird. One niggas was running by pissing on niggas. Like, one dude. I'm like, dude, this is animals. Like, and the nigga pissing on people's leg. I felt the hot shit. Nigga pissing on my leg. Got to push a naked nigga away from me. I was like, bro, get me out of here. And then I turned into a savage myself. Now I was pissing on all.
Look at you. You grew up with mom and dad, as I know your dad was a police officer. Yeah. So did you learn something from him? Maybe some.
Tell me how to like hold. Like my father taught us all how to, break fingers, wrist locks, break kneecaps. It was good, kind of handy.
How to shoot?
Nah, he knew I was crazy. He didn't really let me. He's taking my sons out to go shoot. I was a bit crazy, and he was smart to not let me get around the guns.
Right. So you never did. So you
not with him.
Know how to shoot, but then you left and you.
Yeah, I know. For my wife.
Let's go to shoot one day.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I like it.
They love me too.
I haven't like range shot in a while, so I'd love to see how rusty and horrible I am.
Before you got into MC, right? You was a real groover, right? You was dancing with the King C's crew and tell about that.
Yeah, well, we called it housing. So really breakdancing, basically.
Right,
so it was a breakdancer. We were called Dynamite Soul. We were kind of one of the most popular, like, breakdancing. King T was gracious enough to like take us on a tour with him, and
overseas or
domestic in America.
Right.
And then I transitioned and became Ras Kass shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
Because I had a demo and I actually let E Swift. I probably let everybody hear it. Like, yeah, I was doing music too. I was listening to what they were doing, and they, you know, my shit was probably not that great.
But then I guess when they heard your lyrics, they'd be like, "Oh yeah."
Later on,
This little kid.
Yeah, they would come and say like, "Wow, Ras is dope." I told y'all it's dope. So it's all love. It's awesome.
You know, like, is it like gang territory around here?
This is the Patch. Patch is a blood neighborhood. So when you go to Atlanta, there's a very big studio. Everybody, Beyonce, Nas, JayZ, T.I., Young Jeezy, they all work at a studio called Patchworks. That studio is named after this neighborhood.
Oh,
it was started by Bob Whitfield, who lived up the street, myself, and my friend Curtis, who still owns the studio. So Patchworks Atlanta, this is the real Patch in Carson. It's the neighborhood called the Patch. And obviously I'm the music part, so that studio was created really because of what I was doing. My dad used to always say, no matter what you do, make sure they pay you. And so I remember my answer was, when he said that, I was totally okay with it. I was like, how much y'all paying an hour? And then the homie laughed and he was like, baby, don't forget it. I thought it was a paying job. I was like, yeah, I'll see from the hood, like, how much you give me every hour and I'll do whatever, nigga. Like, I'm a stupid kid.
Right.
And they really, like, I forgot what homie it was, but he just ended up laughing at me. He just laughed at me. He was just like, forget it. Just never mind. Just keep doing what you're doing. You out here doing the same dumb shit anyway, but on your terms, you just a different kind of little nigga.
Right, it's not about you.
That's cool, now let me just be me.
So you was a member of hip-hop group with Exhibit, right? Back in the days. So what stopped you guys from moving forward with it?
Oh, man. Corporate record label politics.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But, like, what's the story behind?
Well, you're trying to set me up.
Please, share it with me.
Basically, I signed to a record label that didn't really understand me. They signed other artists they didn't understand. They signed JayZ, and they almost ruined JayZ, too. He was able to get out of his deal. So when I signed to a label that didn't get me, and then as I tried to explain to them that they were messing up, then they get upset with you. So it happened with JayZ. He was just fortunate enough to be able to escape. He
just got a good lawyer?
No.
No?
Nope. Wasn't about lawyers. So the difference between me and JayZ, in the simplest terms, or the difference between anybody, Pharoah Monch and Eminem, is one person gets the support from the label and they help them attain who they really could be, and one person doesn't.
Yeah.
They all have the same amount of amazing talent.
Sure.
Twister and JZA and, whoever. Redman and Nas and Biggie and Ras Kass and Mos Def and Kweli. Lyricists, hands down. Jadakiss, whatever, whoever the fuck you are. Big L, Big Pun.
Right.
So it's just some labels get it and some labels don't. So the validation of corporate America or pop America is it's nice because you make a lot of money, but it doesn't mean you're any better than you were before white people discovered you. I hate to say it that way, but it's kind of true.
Right.
And or that if you don't get support from corporate America that you're at worst. In our situation, to answer your question, because I was trying to explain to my corporation that they were making the wrong decisions, just the way they had messed up with JayZ, which is why his first album failed. And then Russell Simmons was trying to blow up Foxy. They put out JayZ's album had been out 6 months. It was a flop. That wasn't dope. It just was considered a flop. It didn't sell.
Yeah.
And then Russell wanted to blow up Foxy, and they shot a video and put the song on the soundtrack. The song went gold. JayZ's album went gold, and then JayZ left and went to Def Jam. The rest is. With me, I was stuck there. He got out. I didn't get out. Yeah. And many times my company would say, "Well, we don't want another JayZ." I'm like, "So you just destroy my career because you don't want another amazing person because you guys are stupid." Like the person that dropped Neo probably got fired. They didn't have the vision. They were an asshole, and then Neo went somewhere else and became superstar. And then they're looking like, "Hey, all those millions of records, which means tens and hundreds of millions of dollars that Neo made over there, that should be our money. Who did it? Who fucked up?" And so corporate America would rather kill you in your career than let you go somewhere else and go be and make money for somebody else. It's some pimp shit. Yeah. And so that's what I was going through. And so even with the Golden State stuff, they didn't sign Exhibit. They didn't give a fuck about Exhibit, my record company. And then Exhibit, we always worked as a unit, as a team. I introduced him to Dr. Dre. He did good business with Dr. Dre. And, he had a platinum album. And then he got an opportunity. The first thing he wanted to do was this group. We had already been a group for years. And my company, there was $1 million deal on the table for us. And my company got greedy. And they just wanted more and more stuff from him. And I remember going into a meeting with them and just saying, why? Like, he's been on my albums. I've been on his albums. You didn't give a fuck about him a year ago. You didn't give a fuck about him 2 years ago. You didn't give a fuck about him 3 years ago. Why are you trying to get all this extra stuff from him when he's really creating an opportunity to do all the work that y'all didn't do? Because we helped each other get these opportunities and meet Dr. Dre and whatever. Now that he's having success, stop trying to take a whole bunch of stuff from him. You didn't give a shit about him. And if you wanted him, you should have signed him. But now you beg, he got to give you this, and then he got to do a song here. Like, it's a group. Why don't you sign off, get your points from me, and let me do this? Like, why are you asking him to do shit? It's just greed and control. And so, really, honestly, corporate America, they dug in, and they took a year, and he lost that deal after a year. They just kept fucking it over. So, again, it's...
But you was able to get out?
No, it took me 10 years. I sued in 2002 to get fired. It took me about 2012 to get out of my deal.
Wow.
It's not a pretty... This shit is not... All this shit you see on TV, that shit fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Those people don't sign for that kind of money. So I had a multi-million-dollar deal, but they don't give you all the money up front. That would be dumb.
Yes, of course.
You get a certain amount, and then there's a ceiling and a floor.
Yeah.
If you do this much, we're gonna give you this. If you do this much, you do this. If you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I signed my first album was $500,000. But yeah, they just drug it out, and I sued to be fired, and then they sued me in California, and then they sued me in New York, because that's what corporations do. They get a lot of money tax-free from the government, just like stadiums. Taxpayers pay for stadiums. And then some owner picks some people to play soccer or football, and then tells them what to do, and makes all the money, and then it makes you think the players are asking for too much, and ruins their life and blackballs them like Kaepernick if you try to say, hey man, this is wrong.
Right, yeah.
So I went through that. I went through being blackballed. They tried to kill me. They tried to.
But how they they actually tried to?
No, if you take what I do for a living and make sure I can't, you fight me in court for 10 years. Financially, you're killing me.
Right,
I'm a parent.
Absolutely.
I have to pay rent. I have to pay a cell phone bill.
Yes.
You're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
If you hold me up, you're not gonna promote my music. You're not gonna put it out. And but I'm saying you're breaking the contract by not doing that. But I have to sue you to expose that you're not putting my music out.
Yes.
Then you sue me back and say, yes, we are. It's your fault. No, it's not. But now I gotta go fucking do this for 10 years of my life just to say, why don't you just let me go? You just fucked off $1 million deal with, Dr. Dre and Exhibit. Like, you're destroying me.
Yeah.
You're killing me. You're killing my mother. You're killing my children. You're killing me. If you worked every day for fucking 5 years of your life and never got paid anything, what is that called? It's slavery. You're trying to slave me. And now you're saying you don't even want me to work. You're just going to make sure I can't work anywhere else. That's murder. It's financial murder.
Wow.
So that's what they do. And I'm not the only person. They've done it to many people.
Yes.
So that's what I went through.
That's crazy.
I survived. I came through the other side, but they still stole my 20s.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they stole my youth. They stole all the opportunities of 10 years of me. I still did what I could do, but yeah.
Right, but for how long you was working with them?
I mean, I was signed at 16. I was signed in 1996. And then I didn't get out of that contract until 2012.
Yeah.
So, what is that, 20-some years?
Yeah.
It's a business. It's a corporation. It's political. It's racist. It's just a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of fake shit. And most of the talented people, you'll never hear about them. There's so much more average talented people having success than there are really talented people in our business.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
They just want to sell. If they can sell it, they
it's not necessarily that. It's if you're malleable. If what are you willing to do? So prime example is Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein pulled his dick out. Didn't matter if you were 18, 80. If he thought you were hot, he pulled his dick out. He's a big fat ass man. And he said, you want to be in the movie? Suck my dick.
Yes, that's what they do.
And he was used to people sucking his dick.
Yes.
He didn't care if you were married. He didn't care if you were Muslim, if you were Catholic, if you were atheist. He didn't care if you had little tits. He didn't care if you were German, Russian, black. He said, suck my dick because I'm power and you do what I say.
Yeah.
And if you didn't suck his dick, he fucked your career up. So what do you think happens? It happens for men too.
Yeah.
And some situations are gay where the dude says suck my dick. And you're like, I'm not gay. I ain't never sucked no dick, but that's probably why I'm not a star. I've been giving talks.
Yes.
Talks of you need to be more like this. You should or go to that party, or whatever. I've seen people go in rooms and disappear. And,
right.
7 guys, 1 girl. I'm like, I don't want to be in that room. That's weird. If you are that woman or that man, it's like, okay, I'll just do it once. Then you sold your soul. The bait was, I don't want to upset this power. So if this power asks me to do something, then I'll do it. And that's when you sold your soul, because if you didn't want to go suck Harvey Weinstein's dick and you ended up sucking it, you sold your soul.
Right, yeah.
Same thing in this music shit. So and so, if you sucking whatever superstar dick, or now you shooting heroin or whatever drug that you said you never wanted to do, you lost your soul. You're doing things that are against your nature to try to fit in or get something. That's selling your soul. I don't think the devil pops up a red nigga with a notebook and a pen. It's not that.
As I know, you was running from the police at some point. What was it? I know people saying, yeah, I remember back in the days, Ras Kass pops up in the club and we'd be like, what are you doing here? Police looking for you. Get out. What did you do?
I had a case, but it wasn't really about the case. The company was mad because, again, it's the record label.
That's because of that.
Yeah, I had another Dr. Dre record. They didn't know I had it. They tried to make me make that the single. They had ruined my last album doing the same thing, grouping on Dr. Dre. When we had a plan, even with Dre, about Dre, I remember Dre saying, this is your single, then we do this. And I listened to corporate America, the white guys, because they're groupies. Yeah. All the records were good, but Dr. Dre. And then you put it out wrong and fuck up the album. So I was like, we're not doing that again. You're not going to groupie out on Dr. Dre when Dre has heard all these songs and me and Dre agree that we go here, here, and then here. And you didn't even know you had a Dr. Dre record. You didn't pay Dr. Dre. Dre's blessing me again. And by this time, there is an Eminem, and 50 Cent. And I was just like, look, man, 50 was about to be coming out. But I was like, can't embarrass Dr. Dre, man. Like, he invested in me, and then you guys fuck up the records. Like, he doesn't want to be associated with failure. He's invested in me, and then you guys ruin it. How many times you think he's going to keep doing that? Yeah. You're not paying him. Of course. Especially not what he charges. Exactly. Dr. Dre charged, $250,000 to $500,000 for one beat. You're not paying Dr. You ain't gonna pay for me to get that from Dr. Dre. So that's because he fuck with me, that he's doing these records with me, and then you don't do right by the records and promoting them. Stick to your fucking end this time. Stick to our plan and get it done right. And then they got mad and said, well, fuck you. We won't put your album out if you don't give us white people shit. So that's what happened. So I went in with me and my cousin and my gun, and I took the album, and then I was on a run. And then they snitched on me and tried to fucking get the police to come get me, but they couldn't find me. And I was in New York chilling.
Oh, wow. So you just came with a gun like this? Y'all give me my album?
I just put it.
Just put
the gun down. I just put the gun down. And like, yo, I need that thing. And then I was out. I never pulled a gun on anybody. I just happened to have a gun.
Yeah, but you have to have it. So
well, I was on a run. But I never felt like I was on a run. I walked away. I did what I needed to do to protect my family against people that were trying to kill my family.
Right, of course. But did you go to prison?
Yeah, I went to prison.
They got you?
I had to turn myself in anyway. I was going to turn myself in. My whole thing was I wanted to make a certain amount of money before I did that. And so I did that. I mean, I wanted to make $100,000. I made $100,000. I wanted to really make $200,000. I almost did. And then I did a favor for my big homie against my better judgment. And we were all in Vegas together. Actually, following Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd used to be, before 50 Cent, before him and Floyd got tight, me and Floyd Mayweather were very, very tight. And so, yeah, we followed Floyd, and I was riding with my homies, and the nigga did some stupid traffic shit. Police pulled over. I got a warrant, and then I had to go in. So if I wouldn't have went to Las Vegas and stayed where I was at, I was probably another 3 or 4 more weeks. I would have been in a situation to make like another 100. That's all, everything happens for a reason. That's the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin is...
MacGuffin.
That's the album.
But play me what Russian mafia really wanted from you. I just can't get it. Play, please.
The MacGuffin?
MacGuffin, yeah. What it is?
It's the Catch Me If You Can song. It's the Lost LP. We just found it.
Yeah. So. Catch Me If You Can. It sounds like I can tell them, catch me if you can.
We'll talk right now, niggas.
Yeah,
it's Ras Kass.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit gossip, a little bit of this, a little bit of that about why I'm doing what I'm doing. But check this out. We all out here grinding. Everybody I know is taking penitentiary chances. So listen, deal with it like a man. Right about now, fuck party. Catch me.
I'm kinda like Vin Diesel, Triple X, undercover brother with big baguettes, undercovers, Magnum when the dick's erect, having an orgy with Triple X.
I was working on that album while I was on the run, and then when I came out, my manager lost the fucking album, and then she just found it. She just sent it.
Just now? She found it?
Yeah, so I have the album, the Lost album
Wow.
from 2003. Yeah, 2002, 2003. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just a CD. It's not like all the files, but it's crazy to even hear what I was thinking and I was feeling at the time.
What you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna give it another. I'll let it be 20 years. I'll wait till 2023 and let the 20th anniversary and then give it out or something.
Right, yeah, definitely a good idea. So the record was Dr. Dre is on it?
Yeah, it's on there, but yeah, the Whoop. Yeah, it's on there. Yeah.
You said you wanted to move out of US. What's
Yeah,
the story where you wanted to go?
I was considering becoming a citizen through Portugal and then maybe going to Germany or Switzerland. I'm giving myself about 12 months, but probably I would assume before then I'll make a decision and head out. Yeah.
But what is that made you really wanna like say, okay, no, so now I'm really thinking seriously about it and
I know
I'm about to go.
the American dream is just not a reality anymore.
Right.
America's like the 12th in upward mobility, which basically means we have a class system here. It's just unspoken. And if you're born making this much money, your odds are you will probably make less. Not many people go up. This place is designed for rich people to stay rich. I did my part to try to change the system, and I'll still do my part to talk about it. But I want to, for me, I want to be happy. I love my craft. I'm gonna go to do my craft and do my music and perform for people that appreciate it.
All right.
Best pizza on earth.
Let's see.
Rosario's.
Oh, look at this. Oh my god.
This is a Rosario
Crazy.
pizza.
Look at this cheese.
Now see what it do.
Oh, let's see if it's changed. So you say last time you eat this pizza when?
Like 20 years ago.
20?
Yeah. Yeah. Cheesy.
Wow. Oh, that's a legendary moment.
Banging.
Still good?
Still good.
I can't film it, I have to try it too, so I will just stop right now. Fuck it.
I hope Sophia Fortuna has shown y'all another crazy experience in the world of hip-hop.
Okay guys, so look up for new tracks, new music videos, and check Ras Kass out. Your Instagram?
At RAS_KASS.
And Sophia Fortuna. Thank you guys. Love you.